So, thanks to Caribavia, I finally made it to your office at Saint-Barth. It's a little bit different when we talk via Zoom interview. It's good. Yes. But here it's a very nice office. Yeah.
Well, we're happy to have you here.
Thank you for bringing me to the island because I was flying again with you.
Yes.
Still afraid, but that's my problem. Your pilots are genius. I think 2 more flights and now I'm going to be good. Tell me what's new and how you're dealing with everything on the island. How much aircraft do you have? When the next one is coming? Because as far as we can see, the traffic is, even in the no season or calm season, the traffic is there.
Indeed. Even after the pandemic and the various stage where there was some uncertainties with the economy, especially at the beginning of the season, things have been going well. We had a good sustained season activities. As you mentioned, the activity, even in the slow month, that's supposed to be May and June, we still have some tourists coming over. So it's been a good season. And yes, indeed, we are getting a new caravan. It will be, we'll have 6 caravan total in the fleet. That's our 7th one because we sold the older one. But yeah, we're getting at the end of this year a new caravan.
You will fly it?
After I will fly from Wichita to Saint-Barth. Yeah. Yes, I hope. These are among the nice flights to do. So yes, we're really looking forward to it. Yes.
Today you're hosting Girls in Aviation Day at your hangar. First impression?
I think it's a great idea and a wonderful event. I know it's been done before, and I'm really happy that Caribavia implements it each
time.
Yes, it's really good. As I had this discussion with Ludmila, and she's very involved in that. And I think one of the most important things is that, at school, they have to stop, how should I say that?
Limiting.
Yes, girls should not feel limited by what they can do. There's this tendency where, oh, well, this is science, that's not for me. That's not true, okay? If they have to keep in their head that they can do whatever they want, and they just have to pursue their dream. Even though in some countries we're not supposed to dream about aviation anymore.
Yes, this is the case in France because it's official, and it's really sad because politicians are saying.
It is very sad, and it's just a short-sighted view.
Yeah.
It's just to make the buzz and make feel, give the people that voted for you, that give them the impression that you're doing in their way. But that's not a long-term view. We need aviation. We need to do a better job at doing less emission, maybe. And I know the manufacturers are working toward it. But saying these kind of things to young students is just doesn't make sense.
Yesterday, during last day of Caribavia, we were discussing the general lack of all the high-skilled works were everywhere. It's not only about pilots, it's about mechanics, it's about people working at the airport. Air traffic controllers are badly missing guys.
Absolutely.
Newcomers. In your opinion, what should we do?
What should we do?
Yes, how do you motivate? Because you will get a new plane. For now, you have enough mechanics, you have pilots dreaming to work here.
Well, it's something we've been struggling. I mean, we stayed for a while being without enough maintenance technician, and it's hard to find, as you mentioned. And if you look on specialized website for aviation job, you will see some companies looking for 10, 20 technicians, qualified Airbus 324. So there is a shortage in aviation maintenance technician. There's no doubt about that. What we do what we can at our level, for instance, and I was very happy to introduce to the group the 2 of our apprentices that are young kids from Saint-Barth that are doing their bac pro in aviation maintenance, and one of them is finishing this curriculum this month, and he will pursue in France the mention complémentaire, as they say, to obtain an EASA maintenance technician B1 license, and we push toward that. And at the overall level of the industry, I don't know. The truth is that there's been a shift also in the mentality post-pandemic.
Yes.
And if you talk to any manager in any industry, they will say. So there's been a shift. This needs to be addressed, and people need to realize that no, these jobs are important. They can be fun. They are very fulfilling. We need to have more people going in this industry.
In my birth country, there is an initiative, and they are doing that for the last 20 years. It calls Shadow Day. Now it's Shadow Week. So guys from school are applying to follow for 1 week and to work with someone at the airport. There are those who are interested in management, those who are interested in maintenance, and they are living for 1 week the real job. And a lot of them are then taking decision to take whatever education necessary to be back. Absolutely. Because in 1 week they are getting passionate about the industry. Absolutely. So this is one of solution, but again, we need to work together, companies with regulators and with local government and officials.
Absolutely, I fully agree. And as far as my personal story, that played a major role, because when I was a kid, when I was not at school, I would come to the airport, and yes, when you're part of a company that you know that you're doing something that is meaningful, that changed basically the life, it just motivates you, and that's a big part of why I was so drawn toward aviation. I want to continue this way, and schools are doing that. I mean, right now also there are some at the end of the year they have also a week of stage where they actually that's the whole purpose. They go in a company and they discover what's the daily life, what exactly you do, and I think it's a great idea.
Perfect. Before you're getting your new plane,
yes,
what are the plans and what exactly and how you will develop the company?
Well, it's always a tricky question how to develop, because there's always a sense that by developing you need to be growing more and more and more.
It's not possible in Saint-Barth. They don't have more space.
Exactly. You came to the conclusion before me. Now, the fact is that we want to continue to do well what we do, and that is to be an air service provider for Saint-Barth in different areas. Sorry. Whether it's air charter, private charter flights, scheduled flight, and so forth. So that 6th airplane will also help us to increase the routes on certain destination and be more flexible, having more regularly 5 airplanes flying, 4 or 5 instead of 3 or 4. And we're also very excited by the fact that Air Caribavia is coming back to St. Martin. So at least 3 times a week. We will continue. Well, we've had that partnership with them since 2012, so it's been 13 years now. But they stopped for a while the St. Martin route, but they're reopening it, and we're very excited about that. So.
I can tell you that on a flight from St. Martin to Saint-Barth, there were American tourists who obviously are flying with you pretty much since a long time. And it's impressive when people, without knowing who I am and when I'm coming, they're telling, this company, we've flown first time it was there, and it was genius, and then. So, I mean, for me, it's kind of precious. You get feedback from people without asking,
absolutely,
without telling, and they're feeling happy and safe.
Mm-hmm.
And guys told me our holidays start with them. So not touching down at St. Martin, but when they get on a plane, and I think it's wonderful because you're making people happy.
It is. It's actually the best compliment that you could do, and I'm always very happy. I've had instances also where I could hear people talking good about the company without knowing who I was, and it's the best feeling ever, really, because we strive to do that to give them a good experience, which is not always easy in the Caribbean. In the air transportation, we know it's complicated. The smallest thing can put a mess in your planning and everything. In the Caribbean, it's even more complicated. So yes, when we can do 20, 30, 40 flights during a day, that leaves on time, and we can bring the people safely in Saint-Barth with their luggage, and we give them a good experience, whether it's from the greeting from our crews in St. Martin, from the pilot, and as you said, they feel happy, they feel the good time. the best.
Perfect. I will wait for pictures of your flight from the Jeddah to Saint-Barth.
Absolutely. I'll give you a new picture for the delivery sequence and the flight.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Thank you.